Hello, it's your favorite sports thunk here. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button to join the fastest growing community on YouTube. Remember, Nightcap doesn't happen without you. So please subscribe or you're going to make Ocho cry.
Let's get off. Not kind of the way I wanted to start it, but here we go.
What's wrong?
Six massage therapists have accused Ravens kicker Justin Tucker of inappropriate behavior during massage sessions in the article published by the Baltimore Banner. The incidents allegedly took place between 2012, 2016 in the Baltimore area. Tucker has denied allegations which span his first 5 seasons in the NFL. The league said today they're looking into the matter.
Well, listen, obviously when that many accusers come forward and all of them have somewhat of the same story, where there's smoke, there's fire, huh? Where there's smoke, there's fire. And one of the things that I don't like, and obviously they do it for their own reasons, but waiting so long, if the issues happened that long ago, I'm not sure why we waited this long for it to come out. I think maybe he probably knew the issues were going to arise or come to a head. Maybe that's why his performance was kind of lacking this year, especially from a performance standpoint. And Justin Tucker. But I hope the NFL does their due justice in finding what Justin Tucker did wrong, and whatever it may be. And hopefully these young ladies can find some sort of peace and closure in this situation. It's unfortunate.
Yeah, look, I'm gonna be like I was when you guys remember when I was on Undisputed and we talked about the Deshaun Watson. Sometimes the mere mention of impropriety is enough to sway public opinion of said individual. But the gravity, I think, is 5 or 6 of these women. I'm assuming they're women that's making these allegations. At this point in time, that's all there are. Allegations aren't facts, but they are allegations. They've been alleged that he's been inappropriate at some point in time. I was reading something. Maybe he rubs his genitalia. Maybe there's some inappropriate touching. Also, I think the report said that he had been banned from several massage therapists, or they chose not to work with him anymore. As you mentioned earlier, is that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and they're alleging very similar allegations, and that's where seemingly the NFL is going to have to do their due diligence and to make sure they do a thorough sweep of this. For me, I think it's only fair that Justin Tucker at this point in time deserves his innocence. He deserves to be heard. I don't know if it's going to be civilly. I don't know if it's to be criminally, but I think he deserves whatever court decides to hear this. Right now, these are just allegations, Ocho. None of these women have said, okay, we're going to file a civil case, or the investigation has led to anything criminal. So let's just let it play out. Obviously, the NFL is going to have to do their due diligence and to make sure everything is not a good look. This is not something the NFL takes very kindly to. Obviously, we as a society need to do a better job of holding people accountable when things like this, if it's to be proven. But I think Justin Tucker deserves to have his day in court, be it civil court or criminal court. I'm not willing to go and say, oh, yeah, it's fact, but it doesn't look good. It's not a good look anytime someone alleges something like this. But I do believe Justin Tucker deserves to have a level of innocence until it's proven the other way, whether it's criminal or civil. It's tough, Ocho. When it's so many. Now, it could be all of it. Maybe because a lot of times, maybe I don't know, but this is what I do know. 4 or 5 women have alleged that Justin Tucker at some point in time between the years of 2012 and 2016 was inappropriate.
Yeah.
That's what we know. Anything after that is speculation at this point.
Right. That's a pattern too, Uncle, if you think about it, Now, when you have a problem, there's an issue with one person, that's one thing. Now, a person deserves their true innocence until proven guilty. Now, if you have a pattern of behavior and they're all coming from different people, that's different. That's different. Everybody can't be lying, huh? Everybody can't be lying. So there's an issue that lies there, despite you saying, he needs to have his innocence until facts are proven. But if it's happening multiple times and multiple people all have the same story, everybody can't be lying. Everybody can't be in cahoots at the same time.
Boost Mobile is now legit nationwide 5G network. So I have to take a break from all the jokes here for just a second and put my serious voice on, because I would never ever joke about a 5G network that has invested billions in building 5G towers across the country. Not even once. Not even if Mr. Boost Mobile himself asked me to. There's nothing funny about it. Boost Mobile is now legit nationwide 5G network and also provide coverage across 99% of America. Seriously, visit boostmobile.com or your nearest Boost Mobile store location to learn more. Boost Mobile network, together with our roaming partners, covers 99% of the U.S. population. 5G speed, not available in all areas. Like I said, I just like, I wanted to play out whatever transpires. Give him his day in court, be it civil or criminal. Let an investigation take place. I say now that it's out, who knows if there was an investigation that was taking place. Like you said, maybe that had something to do with the miscues that he had this year. Maybe this has been brewing. Maybe the investigation, they had talked to him at some point in time. I think Justin Tucker is married now, has a kid. I don't feel very comfortable saying for certain, Ocho, that's the case, but I think this is what says. Several therapists said Tucker's behavior was so egregious that they ended his sessions early or refused to work with him again. And at two spas, management said they banned him from returning. After receiving a tip on January 9th, the Banner began investigating and spoke to 6 massage therapists who recounted troubling firsthand experiences with Tucker from 2012 to 2016. The women said they had waited and wanted to tell. The women said they had long waited to tell their stories. And to your point, a lot of times when you have a behavior or a pattern of behavior, and we see this a lot of times. We saw what happened with the Weinstein case. And a lot of times, Ocho, what happens is that with one woman, it gives other women courage to come forward, because sometimes it's like they don't want to feel alone. They don't feel because everybody gonna say this or yada yada yada. But now you have 1, or you have 2, or you have 10, you have 15, you have 20. A lot of times, people get courage in a group. They don't want to be isolated. They don't want to stand alone. And so obviously the newspaper, the Baltimore Banner, said they had been working on this story. They received a tip. They had been working on this story, and they reached out, and the women started recounting what had happened. Going by what the report says, we don't know. I'm just not. So don't say what Shannon said is no. Shannon is commenting on what is being reported. That they did their investigation. They received a tip that at some point in time, Justin Tucker, between the years 2012 and 2016, had been inappropriate. And I guess they reached out to those facilities where he attended, and some of the women recounted the interaction, a very uncomfortable interaction with Justin Tucker. That's it. That's what we know at this point in time, Ocho. Does it look good on the surface? No. But I think, man, this is such a, when you're dealing with sexual assault, that's a very, 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 very serious allegation.
Yeah.
And like you said, it's just not one, it's multiple women recounting an interaction, a very uncomfortable, a very inappropriate interaction with Justin Tucker. So I think the thing now, Ocho, is okay, NFL, are the Baltimore, is law enforcement involved now? The NFL says, okay, we're going to do our due diligence.
Yeah.
What does the Baltimore Ravens do moving forward? So there's a lot of moving parts at play here. The thing that we know, Justin Tucker, the all-world kicker for the Baltimore Ravens, is being alleged that he at some point in time in a 4 or 5 year span was inappropriate doing a massage sessions on multiple occasions. What's being reported at 2 spas, management said they banned him from returning. Several therapists said that Tucker's behavior was so egregious that they ended his sessions early or refused to work with him again. That's what's being reported. That's not Uncle and Ocho making these allegations up. Uncle and Ocho are responding to what's being alleged against Justin Tucker. So It's a tough situation, Ocho. At some point in time, I'm sure we're going to get more information. You will now have a better opportunity to expand, or like, hey, this was all to do about nothing, or man, this doesn't look good.
Yeah,
But I think it's only fair.
Yeah,
It's only fair, Ocho.
Yes, sir.
That you and we talked about it, just like when you and I came on, a lot of the Deshaun stuff had already died down. It had happened. He had moved to Cleveland, X, Y, and Z. But I think it's only fair that we give this the coverage. Had you and I been on the air, you and I would have had an obligation, because we do talk sports. We do football is kind of what our bread and butter. I think we would have had an obligation to say something.
Right.
Not no guilt, no innocence, not this or matter of fact, all X, Y, and Z, but to have some conversation on a surface level. And then once more information comes out, we can do a deeper dive.
Yeah. Listen, just from what you read, I mean, you know what the play is. I'm gonna leave it at that, you know.
All right. Well, we're gonna leave it at that.